You just started the game and want to know which team is worth investing on asteroids? So in this video, I have brought to you the top 5 Wuthering Waves teams to invest in as of patch 2.6. Without any further ado, let's jump right into it. Do note that the teams are not placed in any specific order. Okay, so let's start with the very first team, that is Augusta's team. Augusta is easily the best F2P DPS in this game due to her team requirements being not too demanding as Mortifi exists.
Even for weapons, she performs well with the lustrous razor.
She is able to dish out massive amounts of damage with very low investments unlike the other top carries. Her attacks have good AoE, making her really great for Whimpering Wastes as well.
Her time stop value is insane for Tower of Adversity. Yes, it is a downside for Whimpering Wastes as it can stop enemy wave spawns, but even with that, she performs surprisingly well here.
All these values she provides easily places her in the top 5 teams of this game, and it won't change for a while. Her downsides, if I had to say, it could be her negative synergy with quickswaps due to how her outro works. It is possible to use her in quickswap teams, but it is not very efficient, which could be a downside for some quickswap enjoyers. Also, being shielded doesn't mean that she is immune to interruptions. You will have to dodge the enemy attacks. The next team I would like to mention is the Zani team. Zani is easily one of the best DPS in the game, given you have at least Phoebe in the team. If you are planning to get Zani, get ready to save your asteroids for Phoebe, cause without Phoebe, her performance takes a big hit, to the point she is no longer one of the best DPS. Cause Phoebe is the only one who can generate enough fragile stacks and give the massive fragile damage boost. Also for her signatures, there is a massive difference between her signature and Abyss Surges, but if you invest in Zani, that will be one of your best investments in the game, cause this team is a beast, able to clear every content, Tower of Adversity, even Whimpering Waste, as Zani has good AoE in her attacks. This team easily ranks in the top 3 when it comes to damage if invested properly, which I'm not gonna lie is quite expensive but totally worth it. Zani can be interrupted quite easily between her combos, so you'll have to dodge the attacks or counter with her skill. To keep Zani safe from interruptions, she can swap cancel her heavy attack Nightfall, which is her highest damage dealing attack, and there's nothing to lose in it cause Phoebe's buffs doesn't get removed once swapped out, unless you're using Mortifi or Yuno in this team. One of the best things I love about this swap cancel is that you can pair Zani with Phoebe and Rover and keep generating lot of fragile stacks, allowing her to cast many Nightfall slashes and speed running all the contents. Also, just a personal preference, out of all the characters I have played, Zani's damage feels the most satisfying for me. Now moving on, we have the Cartethyia team. This is really obvious. I am pretty sure everyone knows why this is here, cause Cartethyia simply is the best DPS in the game given the right conditions. And the right conditions include a signature, which is a massive upgrade over the standard banner weapon. The second condition is Chakona, as she is the only reliable arrow erosion applicator in this game and can buff arrow erosion damage, giving a massive boost to Cartethyia teams. Yes, Cartethyia can apply arrow erosion stacks on her own, but she cannot maintain it as she consumes them herself. Chakona makes her rotation a lot easier and smoother with her constant application. But once the conditions are met, Cartethyia can dish out insane amounts of damage annihilating any enemy, and her attack AoE are also pretty good, making her amazing for Whimpering Wastes. Along with being really strong, Cartethyia is really easy to use as her rotations are really simple, and she has interruption resistance, making it really easy to execute her combos. Even though I said Cartethyia needs Chakona, but even without Chakona, she is playable with Sanwa or Arrow Rover as sub DPS, as she can apply arrow erosion herself, although this team won't bring out her full potential. One great thing about investing in this team is Chakona. She is very flexible sub DPS who can be used with other arrow teams and great for spectral fragile application as well, which is great for such teams in Whimpering Wastes. So yeah, all in all, just like Zani, be prepared to dump a lot of resources on her to unlock her full potential, but this is totally worth it. Moving on, the next team which might come out as surprising for some people, it is the Phrolova team. Frolova's signature situation is the worst in this game, which means she badly needs a signature to unlock her full potential. Without it, her DPS drops significantly, but she is quite flexible with the team options. Cantrella is her best teammate, but she can still perform without her with the 4-star alternatives. In Tower of Adversity, she has decent performance. I won't say it is on level of Cartethyia or Zani, but it is good enough to clear the floors without breaking a sweat. The main reason why she is here is because of her unmatchable performance in Whimpering Wastes even without her signature. No one comes close to her in Viva because of her crowd control and huge AoE damage. In my opinion, Viva is tougher than Tower of Adversity, which is the reason why Frolova's teams becomes one of the best that you can invest in. And if you choose to fully invest in her and get Cantrella, that is great cause Cantrella is a sub DPS that is viable in multiple teams. Aside from these perks, Phrolova doesn't need any energy, which means there is no energy issues. Phrolova herself is quite flexible as well, Aside from being the main DPS, she can also be played as sub DPS with other carries that deal heavy attack damage like Jian or Phoebe, and it works surprisingly well. And the last team of this video is a mono-fusion team of Brant, Zhangli and Lupa. This team made up of 3 sub DPS is absolutely busted. Lupa here gives the required buffs to Brant and Zhangli, allowing them to annihilate the enemies. This team can be the second best team in terms of damage if you are quick swapping a lot, basically a sweaty playstyle. But even without quick swaps, it is really good. Since all the characters in this team have good AoE, it is great for Whimpering Wastes as well. It can be quite expensive to build this team since it requires 3 5 stars and one of them, Brant, needs its signature. But the best part is that all 3 characters of this team are very flexible on their own and can be used in many teams. Brant can be used with other fusion carries or characters that deal skill damage like Carlotta or Jinxie, or he can also be used as a main DPS. Zhangli, as we all know, is a queen of quick swaps and can fit into any quick swap team, and Lupa with her buffs is the best choice for any fusion DPS. There are few downsides to this team, like as I mentioned earlier. To bring out the full potential of this team, you need to do lots of swap cancels in a way that you align Brant's forte attack with Lupa's outro. But even without quick swaps, this team works just fine. One more downside is that you will need to fully gear and build all 3 of these characters, and not just slap Moonlit or cheap builds on the sub DPS unlike other teams. And Brant can be quite difficult to build, especially if you don't have a signature. So these are the 5 teams that I think are worth investing on Ashtrites, and here are some honorable mentions. Camellia teams with either Rochia or Sanwa. This is a very strong team as it can easily clear both Tower of Adversity and great for Whimpering Waste thanks to Camellia's huge AoE. And this team is extremely F2P friendly as Sanwa gives similar performance to Rochia, and the Emerald of Genesis works really well on Camellia. She is really easy to play, however against mobile enemies she faces some issues. Next we have Carlotta. Carlotta is arguably the most brain-dead DPS in this game with really high single target damage. JG is the best sub DPS here, but Carlotta can work with 4-star sub DPS like Yang Yang or Tauchi and with Channel Banner weapon. The reason why I didn't put her team in top 5 is because her Whimpering Waste performance is not that amazing. It is good but not on the level of other top teams.
There are also other teams of old DPS characters like Jinxie, Jian and Shang Liao. Jinxie's performance in Tower of Adversity is still really good and relevant, and her team requirements are also quite F2P friendly. But her performance in Whimpering Waste is not that great. As a result, I don't think it's worth investing in her in this meta. Next, Jian, the very first DPS of this game, can still be used to clear the Tower of Adversity, and his good AoE and crowd control made him really good for Whimpering Waste, but the recent HP inflation in Viva really hurts his performance. I think he can still perform well if you use him with Yuno or Chakona instead of Murtifi, but instead of investing so much in him, you will get better value from the top teams I mentioned earlier. And the next is Shang Liao, who was in the meta for quite a long time thanks to his time slows and good damage along with the swap cancel windows, allowing you to use him with other quick swap DPS like Zhangli, but with the recent changes his performance has fallen off. Just like the other old DPS, he can be used in Tower of Adversity, but not that great for Whimpering Wastes. And lastly, in next batch we will be getting a new DPS Galbrena. We still don't have much info on her, so I can't say how good she is, how F2P friendly she is, or if she has AoE in her attacks for Whimpering Wastes. But since she is a new character, there is a good chance she will be a really good DPS. What do you guys think? Which are the top 5 teams and how would you rank them? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to join my Discord server to hang out with other Wuthering Waves players. And that's all for this video. Make sure to like and share the video and subscribe for more Wuthering Waves content. Thanks for watching.